Today I got asked kind of a cool question, something that doesn't come up every day, and I thought I'd just share what the result of that question was. So I had a client reach out, and I'm just going to read you their question, um, and it goes along these lines. Hi, George. I have a question regarding the value of granting a utility easement over our property. Do you know of an appraiser that we could hire, or is there a formula that folks use to determine the value of granting such an easement? So it's a great question, and obviously not something that comes up every day in real estate. But so I reached out to a very respected, well-known engineer consultant that does a lot of feasibility work for us and all that, and our clients, and somebody that I regard very highly. And and this was his response, and I thought this was worth repeating. Um, Hey, George, there really isn't a formula for this, but there are a couple of factors to consider. If it encumbers the subject property and affects the ability to use or develop, there is a loss to that owner that should be compensated for. That compensation depends on what the loss actually is. So you can grant an easement, a driveway easement or some sort, and there might not be a significant loss to you if you got a larger acreage piece or whatever. But there are could be times where you could grant an easement, a driveway, or something along those lines for a neighboring property. And if your property is subdividable, or if it could inhibit somebody's future use, then that could have significant impact on your property. He goes on. There's also consideration for what the gain is to the other property. Does it result in an additional lot for the neighboring property, for instance? If so, there is tremendous value gained for the property requesting the easement, and that should be factored in as well. So, if you're granting an easement for somebody to be able to use a landlocked parcel, and otherwise the parcel has very little value because it's landlocked, and with your easement, driveway easement, what have you, all of a sudden now that lot value goes from 10, 15, 20, $30,000 to 20, 200, $300,000, then obviously there is a leverage there for that, for a significant impact and cost for granting an easement like that. So I just thought that was worth repeating. Great question asked, and also I think a really good answer back. Couple considerations there to determine, and then ultimately it just kind of boils down to how much do both parties agree that it's worth, and then of course is up to the circumstances. But anyhow, if you have any further questions real estate wise, that we can answer for you, my cell phone is the best place to reach me. It's 206-949-3793. Look forward to talking to you soon.